Hello and welcome. This is Chef Jeremy from Spring Island Club again. We're going to do take 2 of our ChefSteps that we've been offering during this quarantine time. And last week seemed to be a pretty good success. So this week we're going to do something completely different and non-traditional as last week was. This week we're going to do a pork belly banh mi tacos with a little soba noodle and vegetable stir fry. In the Vietnamese culture, banh mi traditionally is a sandwich that's made with a crusty French style bread. And you could stuff that with pork belly, braised chicken, veggies. It's all sorts of cool things, and pickled vegetables and things they do in the Vietnamese culture. But today we're just gonna do some pork belly tacos with a banh mi flavor, like the sauce that I made. We're gonna have a little daikon carrot slaw that's like essentially pickled daikon radish and carrots. It's gonna get some fresh cucumber and fresh cilantro and a little red chili aioli on that taco. And then we're also going to go into doing a little soba noodle stir fry to kind of go with that. So this will be for 2 people. Although we're not cooking with wine, we are giving a bottle of Lyric Pinot Noir with each dinner. That's included. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to jump into some knife work here. Last week we just had a very minimal amount, but this week we're going to do we're going to julienne some daikon radish, some carrot, and make a little slaw with that with fresh cilantro. And then we're also going to cut some cucumbers as well that are going to be fresh on these tacos. So first thing you want to do is I've already kind of prepared the carrot. These are peeled, and I like to traditionally carrots are round, so they kind of roll around on your cutting board for safety reasons. If you can see in the camera, I kind of squared off this piece. You want to square it off to where it's not rolling around on you. So for a julienne, there's different styles of julienne. They make little machines that you can julienne with. The key is really keeping your fingertips out of the way, obviously, but getting a nice, clean, easy, smooth cut there. And these are just going to be thin strips, as if let's say about a 1/4 inch thick or so. And there's no exact precise cut, especially when we're doing this at home. Really, it's more fun just kind of making this fresh rather than buying it. All right, so I'm going to start with the julienne the carrots here. And by julienning them, once again, so you made these nice little strips here, and then you're going to create 2 little stacks. And by doing that, you're just going to let your knife kind of do the work, and you want to get thin, almost like a linguine or a spaghetti size. Some places call them matchsticks. Some places call them julienne sticks, or there's different traditional knife cuts. Hopefully you can see these, the way I'm cutting these. So I have a mixing bowl here. At home you can use a wooden bowl or whatever you're gonna do these in. So I got my carrots in here. Next we're gonna go to the daikon radish. Very similar. It's a root vegetable. It's a firm vegetable. Sometimes these aren't exactly perfectly uniform. So sometimes they're odd shaped, but you still want to square off an edge just to keep it the safety purposes of. So the daikon's a lot easier for your knife to go through, but take your time. You want to cut thin strips here. Let's see, that's probably enough. All right, we're gonna do the same principle here. Just cut nice little matchsticks. I like the daikon to be a little longer sometimes than in the carrot, just because it's a little softer of a vegetable. So it adds a nice little, and it fits the taco shell. So that's an idea. If you're doing a taco, you kind of want it to sit in the shell that way. So the rest of this daikon cut up. And in this daikon slaw, it's a pretty simple recipe. Like I said earlier, it's essentially you're pickling some carrots and daikon. And in this, there will be a recipe provided. We are going to have some rice wine vinegar. Okay, that's going to go in here. A little bit of salt and pepper, kind of to your liking. Some sugar. And also I have some Vietnamese little chili flakes, which I will provide you with. I don't know if you can get these in the generic grocery store, but I do have these on hand here.